Secrets of Astrology welcomes all of you, and I'm your estimate. On the eve of Krishna Janmashtami and Independence Day of India, in our Untold Secrets of Tantra series, we are coming up with Krishna and Kali tatva, explained by Astro Master UK Jha. So, happy Krishna Janmashtami and happy Independence Day of India. जन्माष्टमी की आप सभी को शुभकामनाएं और भारत की स्वतंत्रता दिवस की भी आप सभी को शुभकामनाएं। Astro Master Krishnashtami, that is the birthday celebration of Lord Krishna, is at hand, and Krishna is considered as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vedic theology. He is called Purna Avatar or full incarnation of Supreme God with all the 16 Kalas, but on the same day Mahakali is said to be born. As such, there must be some very close connection between Krishna and Kali. That is, these two supreme personalities of Godhead, which has not been elaborated anywhere else. Nowhere we find the interconnection between Krishna and Kali on the scriptures. Therefore, I would request you today to throw some light on Krishna and Kali Tattva on the eve of Krishnashtami, for the mutual benefit and understanding of two apparently separate sects, Krishna and Kali followers, Astro Master.
Okay, today you have raised a very genuine and a special type of query. Your query includes few things which is very important, especially for the persons who are the staunch followers of the path of divinity. From your question, it emerges that firstly you want to know what is Krishna Tattva and what is Kali Tattva. Secondly, you wish to know what is the common line of sadhana that links Krishna and Mahakali. And thirdly, what is the importance of Ashtami Tithi or the 8th lunar day in relation to the birth of these two Supreme Personalities. So we will go and touch upon these issues one by one. But before that, let me tell you that it is true that this festival is celebrated mainly as the birthday of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But on the same day, Mahamaya or the Mother Goddess Mahakali is also said to be born. This 8th lunar day of the dark half is called Moharatri. And I also wish to tell you that Krishna and Kali are not separate. They are one and the same. The supreme power that is worshipped as God or Paramatma or Parameshwar or Parameshwari, etc. When he is worshipped in male form, he is Krishna. When he is worshipped in female form, he is Mahakali. Now we will go on your question and the points contained therein one by one. Firstly, what is Krishna? What is Krishna Tattva? Let me tell you that Krishna Tattva is a state of realization. It is a condition for perceiving the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. But it is not easy to have this realization. The fact is that Krishna Tattva cannot be realized or appreciated without attaining the state of Radha. Radha is a state to be attained by the sadhaka or aspirants during meditation. It is an exercise for preparing the sadhaka so that he can have a comprehensive perception of Krishna Tattva. It is a state of comprehensive and total altruistic love, the all-absorbing and all-encompassing love, where nothing other than the love is left in the sadhaka, is the state of Radha or Radha. The sadhaka stands fully permeated with the all-embracing love. The love which is often described in the dictum, that is when we say that love is God, is that state of sadhaka when he becomes akin to Radha. The Radha is the embodiment of that altruistic, all-embracing love, which in itself is the supreme effulgence of the divinity. Without attaining the state of Radha, it is not possible to know or perceive the Krishna or Krishna Tattva, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So the sadhaka is required to be a Radha. Radha means Rah-de, by becoming Radha or in the effort of becoming Radha. The sadhaka implores the divinity to give the path, Ra, the way, the direction for realization of Krishna in totality. That is Radha or Rah-de. Give the path, the way. When such type of craving, immense craving, is filled in the sadhaka or the aspirant, he becomes closer to the state of Radha. Radha is a state of becoming an ocean of love. That is the reason that while all the vigraha or representation or a statue or images of different gods, in that we see that they are shown with their consorts and weapons. But Krishna is alone who is seen with her lover Radha. No weapon, only a flute in his hand. Flute, the instrument of music. It produces the sound of creation, of Udgit. The flute is symbolic to that sound of creation. In Sanskrit, it is called Vamsi. If you write the word Vamsi in reversed order by altering the position of the letters, it becomes Shivam. Vamsi. Shivam. So the Vamsi is nothing but Shivam. Its sound is the sound Shivam. As Krishna Tattva cannot be perceived without attaining the state of Radha, similarly Kali Tattva cannot be realized without attaining the state of Shiva. Sadhaka shall have to attain the state of Shiva for comprehensive realization of Kali tatva. For knowing the Kali, one will have to transform himself in the mental mode of Shiva. Now what is Shiva? I will not dwell upon it in detail because I have already talked on this in a separate video. You may refer to that. Just have a look on the Shivlingam, which is mounted on Gaudi Patta. According to Skanda Purana, the lingam is the name of a space in which the whole universe is in process of continuous creation and dissolution. It is depiction of Shiva with Shakti. Shiva stands for Asabda Brahma, the unqualified one, whereas Shakti stands for Sabda Brahma, the creative impulse in the cosmic process. Shivlingam thus represents the all-pervading space in which the universe or the things and beings of universe are manifest and dissolved. Lingam thus represents the all-pervading space. It symbolizes cosmic form, serenely detached but self-sufficient and all-pervading, all-encompassing ocean of love. Now see, to enclose a space is to create volume. The total effect is an overall compression. Compression that produces intensity. Gaudi Patta, in which the lingam is shown firmly studded, represents the Adya Shakti, the original power of creation. It is the energy quanta or Mahamaya, the supreme illusion. Thus Kali is something beyond all illusions, Mayati. She is called Kali because she devours Kal, the time. It is the power of manifestation. Yoni is the primal root or source of all types of objectivation. Hence the Shivlingam with Gaudi Patta is the embodiment of both action and inaction. In Krishna concept, Mahamaya works through Krishna. That is the reason that barring few highly evolved sages like Vyas etc., nobody would know Krishna completely during his lifetime. Now let us see what does the word Krishna means. In the word Krishna, the root Kri means to do, or the one who does, or the doer of a thing. The doer of what? The doer of Shan, or moksha, or emancipation. Shan means moksha, the redemption. So Krishna is one who provides moksha, or final liberation. The meaning of Krishna is the provider of final liberation. Now have a look at the words or names of the characters used in the story of Krishna. He is born of Vasudev and Devaki. Vasudev means one in which the Deva or the gods resides, or the one who dwells in the realms of Godhead. Devaki means one who is of Deva or of gods or for the gods. The one who is made for the gods is Devaki. In other words, when the body of the sadhaka becomes Vasudev and the mind of sadhaka becomes Devaki, the Krishna is born. This meeting of Vasudev and Devaki takes place in the psychosomatic realms of the sadhaka during the course of deeper meditation. Only then a sadhaka can have the realization of the self, or he can know who is he in reality. This self-realization of the yogi or the sadhaka is the birth of Krishna. Krishna is said to be born in a prison or jail. You know, the soul is Krishna. It is imprisoned in the jail of this body. This body itself is the jail for the soul. It has got to be freed from this jail or this body. Mind is Arjuna and the soul is the Krishna. When the mind is merged in the self or the soul, Arjuna is with Krishna. Then with the bow of a strong willpower, the power of self-determination or the Sankalpa Shakti, the mind, that is Arjuna, in the company of Krishna, that is soul, can easily win the battle of Mahabharata or the battle of life in this world of sensualities and cupidities. As I told you earlier, Krishna and Kali are the same. Krishna is handsome, pleasant and love-permeated. Kali is the embodiment of ferocity. In idolatry, she is shown mounted on a corpse. This corpse is symbolic to the de-energized universe. When it is energized and in active state, he is Shiva. And when the energy dissipates, he becomes a Sava or an inert dead corpse. He lies inert because he is the changeless state of the Supreme Self. Kali is mounted upon him and she represents the illuminating transcendental aspect of the same Supreme Self. Shiva is the changeless aspect of the Supreme Self and Kali is the immanent changing aspect of the same. Both Shiva and Kali are one and the same thing. All the changes then occur in the changeless aspect of the Supreme Self. He is changeless and she is the changes in the same changelessness. Kali is nude or space-cladded, Digambara, because the infinite energy cannot be confined to any boundary. That's why in idolatry, she is normally shown in nude form. Krishna represents the same ferocious aspect of Kali in his Virat Swarup or Vishwarup, encompassing the whole universe, when each thing and being springs up from him and finally reverts back into him. Now I will tell you few more things. Krishna is called Govind and he plays, that is Leela, doing Leela with the Gopikas or Gopis. What is Govind and what is Gopi? Go means Atma Jyot, effulgence of the soul. Divya Jyot, the radiance of divinity. The Brahma Jyot, the dazzles of the Supreme Self. Bind means one who works to increase the thing. Increase what? Increase Go, the Divya Jyoti, the divine effulgence. When in Vedic Richa we read Surup Kritna Motaye Sududhabib Goduhe Juhur Masi Divi Divi. Here the word Go has been used. Goduhe, one who can milk the divine effulgence. he is Govind, and his effulgence becomes visible to the highly evolved sadhakas in each thing and being, everywhere, in everything. Juhurmasi divi divi. Similarly, in the word gopi, the meaning of the word go is again same, the divine effulgence, the radiance of the divinity. Pi means to drink, to slake thirst. So when the craving in the sadhaka for slaking his thirst for divine effulgence becomes intense, the sadhaka becomes a gopi. Don't get confused. Gopi does not mean those young damsels dancing along with Krishna, as is normally shown in the dramas and the stage arts. Sadhaka himself is Gopi. He has to generate a craving for slaking his thirst for divine effulgence, for self-realization. Unless and until a sadhaka does not become a gopi, he cannot attain the state of Govind. He cannot have that realization which is named as Govind. And now finally coming to your last point, the importance of the Ashtami Tithi or the 8th lunar day. See, the word 8 is the number 8 is an esoteric number. I have explained these things in my several articles, several essays, several papers, and in lectures, even in audios. Octagonal form is the form of divinity representing the state of creation of this manifest universe. In astrology, the 8th house shows the life or longevity and even the death of the native. So this 8th number is very important. Krishna is said to be born as an 8th child of Devaki. It was her 8th delivery. This figure 8 denotes the 8th step or the last step of Ashtanga Yoga, when the sadhaka attains self-realization. So Ashtami Tithi also denotes the 8th step of Ashtanga Yoga, when the sadhaka becomes self-realized. And in Mahabharata, I can tell you, there is a very interesting episode when the two children who were delivered by their mother in the 8th, as the 8th child, became face to face. Krishna is the 8th child of Devaki. Similarly, Bhishma is the 8th child of Ganga. And in Mahabharata, once they became face to face, Krishna had taken oath not to pick up the weapon in his hand during Mahabharata. But Bhishma also took the oath that he will make Krishna lift the weapon in the battlefield. And that happened. We all know about this story. So this shows that when the two personalities akin to the esoteric number 8 become face to face, the situation becomes really precarious. I will not elaborate much on this. I think I have explained the Krishna tatva, Kali tatva, their interrelationship and the importance of the Ashtami Tithi also. Hope that will satisfy you. Thanks.